What's up, y'all? This is Sunny. Remember, I do these videos only for myself, just so that I can learn from myself and my mistakes. If anyone happens to fall onto this or happen to stumble onto this video, I do hope you learned something. But it's really just meant for me and any people who are beginners watching this video. I'm not really that good. I'm not trying to humble myself, but it's just more of just like I'm still um, improving. So it's like taking advice from me, who's still trying to learn, can actually could possibly hurt you. But now that all that is said, um, I don't think I recorded my last three trading days. So I'm gonna quickly go over the last two and then explain this one. Um, by the way, today the market is practically dead. And there's nothing going on. Um, yeah, but okay. So ticker symbol AA is what I traded on Friday. Uh, I took a 75, no, I'm not 75, $750 loss. Honestly, it was an unnecessary loss because uh, if you see, I traded this twice. Wow. I don't remember trading this twice, but I can clearly see where I've made my mistakes. This was on the 15th, and this was on the 18th. Okay, I see. Now I remember. Um, so this is the day I was trying to go into talking about, and then this is the day I wanted to talk about, and then this is yesterday. Um, yeah, so I'll go into that. I forgot I had traded this yesterday as well. But going into this trade, excuse me. Um, so I was shorting it here. I think I already made a video, but I'm gonna make this quick. I shorted it here. It pulled back. I wasn't really taking it seriously because I entered with small size, and I kept adding. But I told myself, okay, if it breaks this high right here, just get the fuck out. I short at a higher point. Now I had this issue with multiple stocks. I had this issue multiple times with different stocks where I failed to follow my rules and follow the plan. I failed to follow the plan because I'm failing to follow the rules. And the plan was to just short, add closer to the high, and then if it breaks the high, you get out. But then it kept breaking, and I didn't want to take the loss, the small loss, and I just kept adding. And at this point, I was just adding like ridiculously, like I wasn't adding with a plan or an idea in mind. Like I was just adding, just hoping that it would come back my way. Um, I think this ad as well. I just kept adding. Then finally, I seen some kind of pullback or a possible rejection. It wasn't breaking high a day, and it tried multiple times to break high a day here. So I added the last of whatever I had left because I was trading another stock and had extra money from covering that position, and I had a few $1,000s extra available. So I entered it, pulled back, I went from negative 1,000 to positive 500. Didn't take it. Pulled back on me. Didn't want to take the 200, the $300 gain. Didn't want to take the 200. Didn't want to take the 100. Was hoping that it would come back down. I saw that it just wasn't, and I didn't want to deal with it. So I ended up covering for a $750 loss. Um, I'm hungry. I don't know why it keeps taking me back to the 15th. This day, which was yesterday, um, just remembering from how I traded it, um, uh, I had a really challenging weekend, and I just was exhausted, and I took the morning off, and I skipped council tutoring, and I just took a nap, and went to class afterwards. But when I woke up prior to going to class, I took a quick look before I got ready for school, before I brushed my teeth and showered up or anything. I just looked at the market because that's the first thing I do when I wake up. I don't even bother taking a piss. Um, and I looked, and it was from watching it after it did that big uptrend. I thought it would be a first red day. It was, but it ended up faking out kind of and uptrending. Then it had this big pullback and then bounced. So I was thinking from watching it Friday that okay, this might just continue to push up even more. So at the time, I never did any of my research on the stock for this trade at all, and um, I just went long instead of shorting because I saw okay from last week it just kept going up, and and I just went in small because I didn't feel comfortable really going long on this trade, and I went in small with 300 shares, longed it, and it just uptrended. It wasn't really uptrending much after I longed it, and I got out like near top, and then that was it. I made $147. Um, then I traded BTU um, yesterday, and this one was pretty tricky as well, where um, yeah, so I traded BTU. I traded BTU yesterday, and I chased it here, and then of course I added here and here. Kind of regretted that I chased it, but it really didn't go my way. It pulled back some, but it probably broke my average. It did. I remember it. I was up. I think can't remember, but I know I was up on this trade. I think it was about $500 or so. Excuse me. And I didn't want to take the gain. No, I think it was 300 and something. Yeah, it was 300 and something. I didn't want to take the gain because I was hoping that it would break this low, and I think it broke it just a little bit. Yeah, broke it just a little bit, and I'm like, hoping that this will be like a just complete fader. It was the last hour of the day. I'm like, man, the last hour of the day just barely even faded. It's been uptrending all day, barely even faded. It's gonna crash at some point, or have a nice panic at some point. And this was it, but I was expecting it to be more. And after that, it just started uptrending. So I gave back the 300 that I made. I think it was 300 for the day that I made, which was 150. I also gave back the other gains that I had from the other trade and took a $250 loss. Now, 250 sounds a lot when you're up 200. Yes, you're right. I mean, 250 sounds like a lot when you're up 300. So technically, I gave back um, 550. Um, but uh, it's all good because it's a $250 loss. It's okay. Um, uh, I wasn't really emotional about it. It wasn't really bothering me, and I didn't go. I didn't go full size, but I didn't go half my size like I was supposed to. Um, but it was all right. So going into today, that's why you see I have a $450 gain, $52 gain. This stock actually caught me by surprise. Um, it's not showing me the accurate information. Give me 1 second. It's saying that the low is 17.4 when the low is actually 16.73. All right, so um, honestly, after trading AA and BTU, I was afraid that they were going to trend the same way, especially BTU, how it performed, where it went, it was doing like a lot of fake outs and fake breakdowns. So I wasn't comfortable shorting, um, full size or 75% of the size that I wanted to because out the gate because I wasn't sure if it was going to do a fake out in the morning and push up towards higher day and just uh, crash or just keep going up. Um, Especially after watching it yesterday, it was just confusing. It wasn't. It was uptrending, it was downtrending, then it was uptrending. It was choppy. So I went in with 200 shares here, and I was trying to get it at 1936, but my order did not execute. It panicked, and I had to take a shit. So I was like, man, fuck this trade. Taking a shit's more important. I should have brought my laptop with me, but I just wasn't on it. And um, I got my 200 at 1910, and then when I saw like when the market opened and I saw that I'm watching on my phone, I saw that it wasn't gonna go up because it was just consolidating when market opened, and then it panicked. And I saw that it wasn't gonna push back up. I had to chase it. Um, while it was trying to bounce, I was like, it might bounce and go straight back up towards red to green. So I wasn't comfortable going in with a bigger amount of shares. So I just waited. I waited till they gave me confirmation that okay, this is gonna fade. This is most likely gonna fade. Well, not fade, but continue to go down and panic. So I added when I saw that I added my an additional 500 shares that I had originally at 1940 something, um, and then it kept fading, fading, fading. But the whole time I was uncomfortable and afraid that it was just gonna bounce back up like it did yesterday, and it panicked twice. So remember what I told you, or I always say in the video, and Tim Grattani taught in his videos that stocks tend to spike twice and then change direction, and it tends to spike, panic twice, then change direction. So when I saw this first panic, it bounced a little bit, then panicked again, or I was like, okay, I don't want to be stuck in one of those trades like last week where um, I get the panic twice, but I hold for longer, and it just spikes, and I miss my exit, and then I'm lost half my gains. Don't want to give it up. Then I lose, you know, 3/4 of my gains, and then I end up losing it all and taking a loss. I didn't want to go through that again. So when I saw that it was like breaking more lows, and this could be where it turns, I just got out. I just said fuck it and got out. And honestly, it was early, but because of what I experienced from all the other stocks, I just got out early. And yes, it kept trending down, but stocks don't do this all the time. They don't trend down all the time like this. So this is like a once in a blue moon stock. But I always have the mindset that stocks will just continue to fade all the damn time, every time. But it's not like that. We hope that it would uh, fade for the rest of the day, but that's not how stocks normally go. They normally just panic twice and then they run back up. And when we're in pursuit of being successful and making money, we hope that trades are just going to always go our way and do the same thing that it does before and fade all every day. But that's not accurate, and you don't want to get stuck in that mindset. So after getting burnt for so many weeks, I finally just said fuck it and I got out early. Do I regret it? Not really, just a little bit, but more importantly, I regret not. I mean, I don't regret it, but I wish I would have went a bit more size than 200 shares in the beginning, and I wish I would have brought my laptop with me when I was taking a shit, so I could have had a better read and made a better decision. Um, I probably would have added more shares. But all in all, I'm happy with this game. Yesterday I lost 250. Today I made my 250 if you want to look at it that way, plus another $200. So, am I up on this week? I don't think so. Maybe. Um, yeah, I'm up on this week by $200. Congratulations. Um, Last week I think I'm almost break even. And the week prior I'm completely red. But on the month I know I'm in the negatives for sure. Um, but it's all good. Uh, um, this was a pretty good trade, especially on a day where there's no stocks um, um, trending. And I had a feeling based off of yesterday how things were slow that today was going to be really dead. Um, and I made sure I made some kind of watch list to watch because I knew there was nothing going to happen today. And I'm glad I did because the stock that I made a list for happened to be something that actually trended in the way that I wanted. So, hoorah for me. But I think that's about it. I don't have anything else to say.